Hello and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast. I am your host, Joystick. With me, as always, is D-Pad. How you doing this week, D-Pad?
I just watched my brother open up a box, have a fight with a box of pierogies for at least 10 minutes.
And he lost.
And lost. Horrible. Well, he's in the process of winning. Like, you can still save it at this point, but it doesn't. He's a little low.
To say the least.
Yeah, how much Spartan have you been drinking?
That's a good question.
What did you drink? Ireland?
We drank. What are we drinking tonight, guys?
What am I drinking? Ian, say, what is this delicious beer that we're drinking?
What is this manly stout that I am tasting?
Stout. This is Spartan!
It's got a slight apple
That's right. I don't take it back.
Didn't have enough verbal punishment from him last week. Is Drew back?
Hi. Hey. Hello.
That was quite the exciting. What the hell are you doing? Wow. If it's really, really quiet, I can fix that later. Every podcast we do sounds like ass, dude.
Some of them sound like absolute crap. They sound like rectum.
I can do this. There, is that any better? Yeah, that looks a lot louder on the files.
Jeez, man.
Look at that. It looks a lot better.
World of difference. Are people gonna listen long enough to hear us make that transition from stink O to just smelly? Not quite from suck to blow.
Where the hell is Andrew going? Oh, he's getting his drink. Oh, yeah, anyway, I got my computer back up and running. When I got the replacement parts for my computer, I discovered that the fan for my video card was broken, so I had to order a new video card as well. But I got that, and I got my computer back up and running.
His computer is basically like a cancer patient. The computer itself attacked one of its vital opponents to death, and that's why it crashed. It's like physically.
That was just really sad. like I hate you right now for that.
I hate me too, thanks.
Strangulated itself. It knocked off its own air supply by choking itself with a cord.
It's like the alternate ending of the butterfly effect. And I'm laughing about it because that's a funny ending.
It goes inside the womb. It's one of the deleted scenes.
He goes back to himself when his mom is in labor with him and strangles himself with his own umbilical cord.
You see him on the ultrasound wrapping the cord around his neck. It's brutal. It's baby brutal. Babe brutal.
You got laughing at a baby strangling it.
How is that not
That's
funny?
horrible. That's horrible, son.
I think even mothers can agree that is a funny sight.
I think mother's probably cried at that.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like we crossed some kind of line.
Well, don't we do that every week? Last week we had They Could Have Died. Courtesy of Game Face.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one. Yeah. Hey, the Nazis had an option. They could have just died.
Your shit's done.
You may have won the battle.
Maybe I'll open the door and it'll scald me. Anybody want some pierogies?
It'll be like the egg that blew up in your face.
Flawless.
We were watching, what was it? It was a Godzilla movie. It was an early Godzilla vs. Mothra, and throughout the whole episode there was this stupid gimmick that everybody was eating hard-boiled eggs. And they were doing it in a way that I never did it, in which they boiled it in the shell and then tapped off just the top of the shell. and like carried it around in the shell and like scooped it out with like a little caviar spoon.
He
And I was
decided
like,
he wanted to
that
do
looks
this.
really delicious. I'm gonna do that, and I did it. And I tapped the egg and it blew up. No, actually, I got the top of it off, but it turned out the yolk was just like chomping at the bit to get out. So I was like, I wonder if this egg is fully done. And first it spilled uncooked white on me. So I microwaved it some more. I was like, now I wonder if it's done. And I stuck a spoon down into the rubbery flesh of the boiled egg, and the yolk proceeded to explode.
In his
It
face.
pelted me with little bits of yellow.
It's just too bad you weren't here to see it. It was fucking great.
D-Pad says that we should change my name to Eggface for this episode.
Egg
Yeah, okay.
face and Drew bag.
Ian, you've had a lot more eggs thrown at you in your lifetime than I have, D-Pad. This is a statement of track. This is a statement of truth.
Scrambled on my tanning chest.
Yeah, but you also had one thrown at you during like this egg toss.
An hour?
It's dark in here. We may die. Hey, he's going out for sushi.
Some coffee.
Ian, we're taking. Give me your keys, Ian. Give me your keys.
Why don't you just
D-Pad.
D-pad.
What?
D-bag.
Why don't you just take my drink?
What?
Why don't you just take my drink?
Nah.
'Cause
It's
you'll
funnier
have to
take
drink
your
it.
keys, because then I'll put them in my pants. And,
No, are you gonna make me like fish them out then?
If you want.
Sounds more like a way that you'd let someone into a concert for free.
He'll stand there and make you as uncomfortable as humanly possible while you're trying to fish the keys out by making very inappropriate remarks.
To the left. To the left. No, the other one. No, the left. The left one.
So, you from around here, baby? Okay,
Let me know what else you find down there.
a bit of a reminder about the site. I am going home on the 4th. That means next week's podcast I will not be on. So I'm going to try to get all the topics before I go home for Alex, who will be hosting the podcast next week. Starting this week, we're going to do the Final Fantasy 12 soundtrack for the next 4 episodes. So you'll get to hear all of it, or damn near all of it, just so you know.
Is Final Fantasy 12 the online one?
No, that was 11.
Oh, okay. I didn't keep up with any of them past 10.
Why, 10 sucked that hard?
Excluding 10 2. What?
10 2 sucked. 10 2 sucked. I don't care what you think. Drew, 10 2 sucked.
I don't know, it kind of had a good premise, but not a good plot.
It took forever for the plot to ever actually go anywhere. I mean, like, if you followed the guide or whatever, it was like 15 hours into the game for the plot to actually get on its own feet and start moving.
Like the rest of it was just eye candy. I think that's what sold it the most.
But Final Fantasy 12 wound up actually looking better than 10 did. Did you hit him?
I'm making pierogi! No, I didn't hit him. I threw it at the chair. It was
just
it was
threw it.
funny.
I was hoping you hit him while he's making
whizzed right
pierogies.
over my head. I had
Although-
my life flash before my eyes.
I was like, yeah, I felt like a frat boy, so I was like, ugh!
Yeah, I saw you do that out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, the fucking grape egg gets me stoked. You know how I do.
The Prince of Hearts.
Yeah, Prince of Hearts is my hero.
We did tell that
Hey,
last week.
Prince of Hearts is my savior.
What's his name?
The Prince of Hearts. He is, man. He is the Prince of Hearts.
I think you're going to have to explain to D-Pad what the Prince of Hearts
No,
is.
I heard the story.
Prince
The
of
guy
Hearts
with
can't
the
be
really
explained.
high-pitched voice and claps.
If you don't understand the Prince of Hearts, you don't understand the world.
you. I'm proud of you, man.
All of the 4 people that listen to this weekly are like, what the fuck are they battling about?
You mean
Us?
the 3 people sitting right there?
I
I didn't think Ian listens to it.
don't have time in my busy schedule.
That means that Ian just doesn't care. And he hates you both.
Well, why would I listen to it? I'm in it. I am it. I mean, we are it. Well, like,
In your offense, Ian, In your offense, I would say that it is a world of difference when you actually sit down and listen to it. It's like, wow, I said that? And then it's like, wow, that's actually really funny. Thank you for brushing my hair, Dr. Drew. That's very appreciated. What was I going to say? Yeah. One of these days, I think I'm just going to have to, knock back a bottle of Robitussin and just listen to all the episodes in sequence. Just maybe sit under the coffee table in the living room and throw a blanket over it.
See, I'm saying we gotta put animation to it. Maybe we could mute
Knock back a bottle of Robitussin and then do it. Do one of the podcasts.
Nothing would
on
come out.
Robitussin.
Nothing intelligent would come out.
It might be entertaining, though.
Might be.
Might not be. It might just be an hour of.
So shall we actually get to the first topic for this week?
We got topics.
Of course we do. We always have topics.
Okay, alright.
Okay,
we
it's
don't always
rumored
stick to the topics, but let's
that
do
Shadow of the Colossus and Ico will be remastered in high definition and released together in a pack for the PlayStation 3.
I never played Ico, but
Shadow of the Colossus is fucking... I played Ico.
it's beautiful.
It's
Like, there's very few games out there that I could actually call a masterpiece. Like, Shadow of the Colossus is a work of art. Like, you don't play it if, just for the rush. Like, you experience it.
The massive and huge world was a lot of fun to explore on top of bosses being a lot
and there's
of fun.
nothing even out there. It's just if you want to go see. It's just all scenic.
But, Ico was very similar. It had a lot of puzzle solving. There weren't a lot of enemies. And you were trying to figure...
The Shadow of the Colossus, for those of you who don't know, was the complete opposite. There was no puzzle solving.
Well,
except
each
for
boss was like
the
a
enemy.
puzzle.
Exactly. That's all it was boss fighting.
Yeah, but it was fucking brilliant.
The bosses were the levels, essentially.
You just got done drinking grape aid.
Dude, don't talk shit on Grape Aid.
Joystick.
Grape aid is the shit.
Joystick, have a pierogi.
Does look very unhealthy.
They are. We're drinking beer.
I'm aware.
Although beer is probably healthier than pierogies.
That's
Wouldn't be
impressive.
surprised. German beer, it's chemical free. Look, see the red band? Imported from Munich, Germany.
Yeah, so you can see it. Anyway, yeah, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico were two of the best games of last generation, and I hope this rumor is true. Sony wouldn't comment on it. They didn't deny it. They just didn't comment on it. But I'm really hoping this is true, because although I already own Shadow of the Colossus, I'd buy an HD version of it in a heartbeat.
Shadow of the Colossus, the graphics were, I don't want to say flawed. They just had a relatively low resolution, even for PS2 standards.
No, they weren't.
Well, they looked great. I mean, the polygon counts. Was
They
great.
went up to the
textures was
highest.
there.
They went up to like the highest resolution that most PlayStation games got to. It's 720 by 480 progressive scan.
Seems to me they just looked a little bit chunky. It might have been the colors, which is very.
Phased over, like hazy. I think what you're trying to say, like the color
I
wasn't as
think they
crisp.
probably did that on
And
purpose.
I don't
though.
even think it was ever made for high def TVs. It was kind of before its time.
That's what we were going at.
It was made like it could do progressive scan.
But I mean, they're going in and not only just turning the pixel, giving it more pixels.
It'll
but,
be like the God of War collection for the PlayStation 3.
okay.
Something like that if they do.
Like they're
it,
actually
which
gonna redo some of the visual programming. And
I imagine they'll redo the soundtrack and music, the noise and
Oh,
everything.
that-
and
they can't. They shouldn't
Dolby
touch the
Digital
soundtrack.
5.1. No, they won't redo it. They'll just remaster it in 5.1, which I wouldn't have a problem with. Make a good soundtrack sound even better by better sound quality.
I wouldn't mind playing that on a high def television with surround sound. I usually don't
Don't
mind
touch
that
that,
much
Alex.
about I usually don't mind that much about screen resolution or sound quality. Like if I watch a movie, I watch it for the movie. You know, if it's a good movie, I'll get wrapped up in it all the same. But Shadow of the Colossus is probably one of the few games that I would do that for. Just go all out on screen resolution, and sound quality, and just immerse myself.
You're making me think of my experience watching the original Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray.
The original one?
The original, yeah, because that was what, late 60s, mid to late 60s, 68, and that was about the same time as 2001. That was the dawn of like widescreen, panoramic.
Really? They didn't really have any. I don't know. They didn't have special effects. I mean, what?
They did have, but it wasn't so much the special effects. It was the spectacle. It was like massive. The special effects were good for the time. Even on the original, the makeup was great. I mean, even though they're just costumes, they actually look good.
Well, I guess I wouldn't know because I saw it on TV
Actually look better than Toho
years ago.
Productions. Although Toho Productions are, though skilled, supposed to, still always not without a little camp.
Well, that's on purpose.
Yeah, that's intentional. But the
Toho
original-
Productions does it on purpose. I mean,
Yeah.
what would Godzilla be without a little bit of camp?
Not as much so as Trauma, but
Troma's like, there's a movie below this camp?
yeah. Nah, well, yeah.
What? There's a camp below this movie?
Yo, dog. We heard you
You've
like
been really
squall.
silent.
Heard you
Oh, I
like,
got a text message.
There you go, I suppose.
yo, dog. We heard you like squall. So we put a gun on your knife so you can stab while you shoot.
Wouldn't that be more like shoot while you stab? Because it's a gun on your knife.
So we put a knife on your knife so you can knife while you knife wrench.
We put a knife on your wrench so you could knife while you wrench.
We put a gun on your vest so you can shoot while you get shot.
That reminds me of, for some reason that reminds me of the Naked Gun, where they had the anti-graffiti fence that sprayed people back. People started spray painting the fence, and
That's great.
it just had start spray painting them back. It's
What would it
freaking
put
great.
on 'em? Like profanity or like penises and vaginas?
I have no idea. It just started spraying them back.
Got in their eyes and everything. Ah!
Yeah, they were like, "Fuck this," and laughed. It was great.
Oh man, how many topics we got today?
5.
5 topics.
It's gonna be about an hour, man.
Snap, son.
It's always about an hour. We're about 20 minutes in. Okay, Insomniac Games is making a new multi-platform IP with EA. Resistance and Ratchet will still be exclusive to Sony. Obviously, this is huge news of Insomniac, who hasn't created a multi-platform game like ever, going and doing just that. A lot of people will consider it a huge blow to Sony, but I'm not 100% sure about that, because they'll still be doing a bunch of Sony exclusives, and all their classic Sony exclusive franchises will stay as such.
What are they working on now? Insomniac.
Well, they didn't say. They just said they're working on a new IP.
Oh, Alex, those pierogies are looking
Disgusting.
You are mauling them like a rabid animal.
Yeah, that looks disgusting, dude.
Because somebody convinced me to microwave them in a bowl of water.
You have anything to say about that, Drew?
Dude, it totally works if you're not a douchebag.
What? They're delicious.
Number one, they were
Mostly.
floor pierogies. Number two,
They got left at my house. Who knows how long ago?
on the floor.
No, they appeared in our freezer, and I didn't think to make them until just today.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with them. Do they taste good?
Yeah.
So then why are you complaining?
I don't believe I was complaining.
Probably be more pleasant to look at if we were eating them. But
Yeah, I make
just
pierogies
watching
in the
you eat.
microwave like whenever we have them, and they're fine.
Yeah, they don't look like that.
Mine usually don't look like that because I don't put like half a tub of butter in it.
Is that what that is? Butter?
Yeah, that's not pierogi. That's
Yeah, I
your
thought that
brother
was,
being
like-
fat and putting butter on everything.
I thought that was like, that's a lot of butter. I literally thought the butter was part of the pierogi.
Yeah, no, that's
There's water in there.
that's why it's not appealing looking. It's because you put it in a strainer, and then the water goes away.
And then you put paprika, Old Bay. and
What are
sea
you
salt.
doing?
Making mashed pierogi.
Oh, you're just gonna eat it. You're just gonna drink it like a shake.
This makes baby Jesus cry.
Pierogi. I guess it's like a mashed potato that way.
It's like a mashed potato with pasta.
With pasta.
Slots.
Lots of pasta bits in it.
My
I could
God.
see that.
have my hand for this.
The pasta police.
You're gonna have my hand for this.
I don't even know what
kinda-
to say to that.
If that was in a
Looks-
smaller bowl, it might be like I don't know. I can smell it from here.
This is your hair.
Yeah, give it back. I think it goes right there. on
Short
his
hair,
arm.
dumbass. He just put pierogi in his hair.
Anyway. So what's up today? Oh, I think we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, we are. I'm glad you could join us. He goes silent every time I go to take a picture. Drinking my beer.
No, we can do a whole straight through this time because, Joystick's computer is kicking and it hasn't locked up once this weekend.
If it crashes, it's all crashity. It's not my computer.
That's what I mean.
Aw, crashity.
All crashity could das.
It's crashed once since we started doing this podcast. It kind of sucked.
I remember when that happened. And we were shooting.
Alex
barrels
can't
that
get the
first time.
pierogi on his fork. Wow. Yeah.
That was kind of interesting to watch.
I'm looking forward to whatever Insomniac does with the new IP because everything else they've ever done is awesome. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, every
he
game
over-
they've ever done was awesome. Like, did they do any video game applications that were any good?
I don't know. They did Spyro the Dragon on the PlayStation 1.
It was so gay. Oh my
Spyro?
God.
You didn't like Spyro?
No, dude, that was so good. Because I had a life and I was like 13, and that was so stupid. I didn't realize how stupid it was when I was 13. Rob Wenrick was all about that.
Those games were fun.
Yeah, if you're a fucking retard, you're older than me, so you would have been like 15 when that came out. What does that say about you?
It says I know how to have fun.
There's outside! There's a world! Trees and air and animals and light.
Don't you know Spyro's levels were mostly outside? Pfft, no.
And you weren't! I'm kind of taking his side here. I played that game too. Actually, no, I didn't.
It was fun. And then they did Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 2, and they did
Ah,
Resistance
yeah.
on the PlayStation 3.
Hey, that game was good.
I didn't like Resistance.
I mean,
You
I
didn't like
play
anything. You don't like anything
I
good.
do.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, no, I never played it.
Latchet.
Yank.
Crank. Wank and Sticky.
Anyway,
No,
yeah.
I never
Whack
liked
and,
any of those
whack and
games.
Zicky.
You don't even like
Yahtzee was-
Ratchet and Clank?
Yahtzee
didn't
was
like
grilling
Ratchet.
I love Ratchet and Clank.
I've never played it, but I've seen people play it. I never liked it. I thought it was stupid. I think it's stupid because it's too cartoony. I don't care about stuff like that. I don't care about gameplay. I care about a gripping story that isn't filled with retard. Like, I like
What about
reading-
Little Big Planet? That's very cartoony.
No, but it's very artistic. It's different.
But it's still very cartoony.
No,
Visually.
visually, it's cool looking, and the idea behind it is really cool. It's not the first time that idea's been around, but it's still a really cool idea.
Dude, yeah, if Stephen Fry narrated Spyro, I'd be all over that.
It's a pretty terrible reason to be all over something, but okay.
I disagree.
What if he narrated you?
Then I'd be awesome. Be like, yo,
Steven-
Steve, I'm so important that
Stephen
I'm walking around
Fry
at my day
narrates
job.
my
I'm
life.
walking around at my day job, and Stephen Fry is narrating, as he walks into the atrium, suddenly his heart drops in his chest.
Stephen Fry isn't Sean Connery, dude.
Yeah. Dude, fail.
Well, screw him then. I want Sean Connery to narrate my life.
Oh, no, you know what pisses me off? When people don't actually laugh anymore, they just say lol. Or like,
Lol.
or they'll just be like, oh man, LOL. That's so funny. I'm like, wait, why aren't you laughing? Laughing is being human.
When somebody texts me LOL, I don't imagine them laughing. I imagine them saying, huh, LOL.
Yeah, you have pierogi in your beard.
Sweet. But like,
You
Bim,
also- You want
Sweet.
Bim will
Bim.
text me LOL in all caps with an exclamation point when I send him something really, really funny. And I have to force myself to imagine him laughing, because the first thing that comes into my mind is him yelling, LOL!
Okay, sweet.
Why are you chewing on the mic? That's going to be annoying to listen. Stop it!
The pierogies weren't enough.
You know they can't hear you, right?
That's why we need 3 remotes. And by remotes I mean hamsters.
And by hamsters, you mean spatulas.
No, I mean microphones, dumbass.
Hang on.
Alright, now keep that going, and then I could like come in with some bass, like.
Oh my god.
Snare. Did I say bass? I meant snare.
Snare, there you go.
Hi-hat? Because you sounded like a hi-hat. You sounded like a really shitty drum kit. Like, played by, like, a chip.
Robert Wenrick.
Hey, good band.
Robert and the Chipmunks.
Robert and the Chipmunks. What?
He's their backup singer. He goes, so yeah, there's this guy. And he wants some new teeth for Christmas.
Wait, are you saying like Robert Wenrick and the
Yeah.
Chipmunks?
Wenrick and the Chipmunks.
So this guy is a witch doctor. Told me what he could do.
Told me what he can
And it's like Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy versus Jason.
That can stop now. Moving right along. IQ now reaches close to 75.
Are you kidding me? We're challenging our shoe sizes.
We're up to 75 now?
I have an engineering branch? I have a staff?
What?
Venture Brothers.
Where's the door out? Again.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
We got
but,
more topics?
Yeah, we do. A Mass Effect movie is in development by Legendary Studios. Ray Mazuka and Greg, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name, founders of BioWare, will be executive producers on the project, and the producers will be the guys who did Spider-Man and The Dark Knight. So, I mean, they got some talented people and people who have actually worked on the fucking game, working on it.
Producers don't do shit. They just make sure everybody else does the shit they need to do. So they're not talented. They're just good at bossing people around.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Well, maybe
You
they'll
need
boss people
somebody to
around
boss
to
you
make
around.
them
You
make the
need
Mass
someone with
Effect
a
movie
vision.
not suck.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
I don't know. It might turn out like
No.
Firefly.
That sucks!
Like Serenity. Are you kidding? The movie?
No,
The
it all
Firefly
sucked.
movie?
All sucked. Everything.
A good producer will make sure that the staff doesn't run out of budget 2/3 into the movie and spontaneously end the movie with a meteorite crash. Like in Cromartie High, the movie. Remember that?
I remember that, but I think a better example is in Monty Python, The Holy Grail, when all of a sudden they all just get arrested and the movie is done.
Hey, that was an
How
awesome
else would you
ending.
end the movie?
That was
Seems contrived, but
At the end. They were at the end of the road, the quest for the Holy Grail. They could
He's
have ended
already
it there
got
so many
one,
ways.
you see.
Would have been lame if they had actually taken the castle down.
No.
Yeah.
No. Do you know?
Monty freaking smegging Python.
Do you know how many nerds live inside that movie and watch it every weekend with their friends while sipping beer and eating Doritos?
You know, screw Monty
no
Python.
matter
I
how
want
many
Red
times
Dwarf
they're
seasons
watching it.
9 and 10. Well, what happened to those?
I don't
know
know.
they exist.
At least we got 3 more episodes last year. Maybe we'll get some more this year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
They just did 3 episodes last year that were successful.
They just
But
did.
they still made lip service to seasons 9 and 10, which never existed.
So they could go back and do seasons 9 and 10 now. Besides that, if you'd seen seasons 9 and 10, it would have ruined some of the surprise of the story and Back to Earth. Not that, anybody actually watches Red Dwarf for story. What the hell are we talking about again?
I'll find myself. Anyway, yeah. Burn the witch. Ooh.
How do we know if she's made of wood? I can't even hear you over there.
Build a bridge out of her!
Ah, but can you not also build bridges out of stone?
No!
And also wood sink in water.
What else floats on water?
Yeah, I'm not
Oh, lead.
Really
Apples.
small rocks?
Apples, very small rocks. Churches, cider, gravy. Churches, a duck. A duck?
If she weighs as much as a duck, then she's made of wood.
Then she's made of wood?
And therefore...
Wood. Burner!
Away!
Well, of course, because ducks are the universal measure of angular torque.
And radix is the universal measure of power levels.
I was going to say Raditz is the universal measure of bread pudding, but yeah, power levels works. Raditz! Raditz!
That was probably very annoying to our listeners. Anyway, yeah.
Actually like part of the show?
Our listener.
That's not me. Don't look at me, I'm not watching. Not a fan.
We're not fans of our own podcast. We're that unprofessional. You look bored over there.
Dude, I woke up like 3 hours ago. I'm still tired as shit. I'm so tired. I had to break into my house last night.
Why?
Because my brother locked me out by accident. And I didn't have my keys with me, so I had to climb my fence and break in through my basement.
Hey, little Noah's just making you thrash because he knows you can do it.
No, he felt really bad. He apologized and gave me a hug today. I was like, it's okay, buddy. I know you didn't do it on purpose.
Your little brother's the man. I remember the first time I met him, he was 6 years old and he was running around throwing a hissy fit and calling everything gay.
How old is your little brother?
He's 14, but now I've got a better story. I texted you it, remember?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
This is material for Judge Judy here.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not doing so swift in school. And his excuse to my mother was, but you told me not to fart. And she was like, what? And he was like, you told me to hold in my farts. So I've been holding in my farts. Because I hold them in, it makes my stomach hurt. And then I can't focus. That's why I'm getting bad grades. Because you told me I can't fart.
I was not even that inventive in school.
Wow, he arrived at point... How do you even arrive at that conclusion from that starting
I heard
point?
you can
That's
actually
impressive.
pass out from carbon monoxide poisoning from holding your own farts.
I did once in 3rd grade fart during story time on the storytelling carpet and made the thing levitate. It was awesome.
and you were like, I can show you the world. On your magic carpet ride. You took the whole class.
They make the Mass Effect movies suck. I'm going to be so disappointed, and they probably will. I want to go see Prince of Persia, but we don't have the cash right now. And I'm going to be in Texas, so maybe I'll go see it in Texas. That'd be cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh, he dead.
Yeah.
What? What?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
A little. That's like the Little John version. What?
Yeah.
Instead of yeah, he goes what? What? What?
Well, have you
And
ever
then he's
seen
alive.
the actual the actual episodes on the Chappelle Show?
Chappelle Show.
When they
A day in the life of Little John.
Little John, yeah.
What's your name? What? What's your name? What? What's your name? Lil
No,
John!
when he says anything other than those three words we all know and love, he says it very clear and precise. And he'll be like, "Excuse me, may I see your? May I use the frequent flyer card?" Well, did you book your flight online?
Yeah! I've seen that before. It's fucking great. I fucking
Little
love the
John.
Chappelle
Yeah! I heard you broke your arm. Yeah.
Show. More news on the Kane and Lynch movie. It lost its director Simon Crane. He left the project without a director 2 months before production begins.
Replace him with Simon Belmont.
Wayne Kramer is in talks to be the new director. He did the movies The Cooler and Crossing Over, neither of which I have seen.
Both sucked. They both were bad.
Do you like any movies?
Yeah, actually, I love movies.
Because all I ever hear from you whenever I bring up movies is how much they suck.
Wait, which movie do I love?
A movie.
A movie? No, I like a lot of movies. My favorite movie is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I've heard that was awesome. Still haven't seen
Never
it.
seen that. I want to see that at some point.
It's beautiful. It was beautiful. I like artsy things. Because, or like indie movies too. Like I watched Hannah Takes the Stairs the other night. It's a good movie.
Cool. I don't know, man. I mean, I know. First of all, this movie's gonna suck because they have a young black guy playing an old bald white guy. That's not gonna work. Second of all, it just lost its director. If you ask me, they lost the wrong guy. But does this other guy even have any credentials as a director? Because I heard he was a stunt man of all things. A stunt man directing.
What movie are we talking about again?
Kane and Lynch.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that because that was actually interesting. See, I couldn't pay attention for a second because I was looking at the back of your note cards and I just noticed that it said Gene Simmons on it. And I couldn't
Yeah, it
stop
does say
staring at
Gene
that.
Simmons.
And then
We'll get to that later on.
and then
where
I
it says
looked
Gene
past
Simmons.
it and I saw Mo Sizlak of The Simpsons on your T-shirt, just giving me a funny face. And
Mo
I couldn't
Sizlak
stop-
is awesome.
Kid Mo. I just couldn't stop staring at Gene Simmons and then looking and seeing Mo right past
Kid
it.
gorgeous, then kid beautiful, then kid okay.
Then Kid
just
presentable, and then just came out. And then one day they were rescued by, let's just say...
Hey, Mo.
This is why we need a central speaker, you know, just a really
We
expensive
just
one
need
to
a
put in
third
the
speaker.
room.
We just need a third microphone.
No,
dude.
because the more you split the cable, the more diluted the sound quality gets.
Rescued by Mo.
Well, I guess it'd be kind of diluted if you just had a central speaker in the room, but I don't know.
We tried that and it didn't work very well.
Oh, that. What
Use
was?
a real microphone.
We
As
have
a-
a real one.
No, use a real like real microphone as opposed to this little plastic piece of shit that looks like a Q-tip.
I have a
I
shotgun
used a
microphone.
Q-tip today. It felt wonderful. I forgot how good they feel.
You
Have
used
you
to hate
ever,
it
like,
when your mom broke out the Q-tips and you were always like, why do we have to do this?
Well, I mean, when you think like as a species, why do we have to? Why does stuff grow in our ear that can block our sense of hearing? And like, why do you?
Because you
I don't
touch
know,
yourself
like,
at
why-
night?
It only blocks
how
your
did-
sense of hearing whenever there's an infection. It's there to keep shit out because it's constantly moving and constantly pushes things out of your ear.
But I'm just saying, like, how did cavemen clean their ear? You
They
know?
didn't. You
just
don't
used
have to.
twigs.
As long as you don't have an infection, you're fine. And you also have your fingers.
Yeah, that's true.
Trust me. You don't need to use. You're actually not supposed to use Q-tips, unless like someone who's
Oh,
trained
that's
to do
a
it
shame.
can do it because you can burst your eardrum very easily.
That's a shame.
Wow, I
Because
went from being an
used it.
asshole to being the informative one.
You're an informative
You know,
asshole.
you're still the asshole
Sure.
because you bursted my bubble. I thought that using Q-tips was a wonderful thing. I almost got saved. I felt the touch of God when I used that Q-tip.
Where did God touch you?
He touched me in my ear pussy, and it was wonderful. He raped.
He
my
raped
pussy.
your audio sensors.
Okay, JB.
All right,
JB.
Kate. It's
JB?
JB and KB and Jables. Cage and Jables.
Bravo, Mambo.
So, yeah.
Soon.
Kane and Lynch movie. It's
I'll
gonna
wait until
suck.
it's over.
It's gonna suck. I mean, for God's sake, they got a young black guy to play an old, balding, white guy with a skull.
Love Lynch.
But they're... I don't know. I'm telling you, man, Billy Bob Thornton would have been perfect for his role.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Willis was a good choice
Oh,
for
yeah.
doing Kane.
Yeah.
That I like. Then they said, J.B. Fox is going to be Lynch, and I said, it's going to suck. Now it doesn't have a director, and they better hope they get this director faster, otherwise the movie might... I mean, they're going to be starting production without a director. How's that going to work?
All a director does is say yes or no, so they don't really need one.
That's not true. I saw a David Lynch movie last night called Blue Velvet.
Hold on, David Lynch is different than a director because he's David Lynch. He writes,
Yeah,
produces,
but that-
and directs everything.
That's like...
And he, like, films all the shit. Directors usually just say yes or
Directors are the ones with the vision. They think of what the scene wants to
no. Well,
look like.
not necessarily. Again, they just say yes or no. If they
Well,
branch
right,
into other
but they have
things
to
like
have a
writing
vision,
and producing,
you know,
then-
they're
The
still
talented
major...
directors
Like-
do more.
like David Lynch is fucking amazing. Like Blue Velvet, I still don't understand,
I
and I've
still
seen it like
don't.
6 times.
I need to see it again.
It's fucking weird.
I need to see it again.
Did you ever see Twin Peaks? It was a TV show he directed, and it was fucking weird.
He made a TV... Was
Yeah,
it
it was on for a bunch of seasons
Really?
in the 90s. Late
Wow,
80s, early
people
90s.
stuck with it for more than once. You'd
It was
think that
fucking weird. It was about
one
this girl that gets
season
murdered,
would
and
be,
they like
like,
try to figure it out. And there's this
rewatchable.
lady who like pets a log at the beginning of the show.
Right.
Introduces
Shit like
it.
that.
And Eraserhead was really good.
Eraserhead confused the hell out of me.
Alien 3.
The baby?
No, like every time he looks at that little thing in the box, remember? The little box he has, and he keeps
Yeah,
opening.
yeah.
He's masturbating every time he looks at that, or he stares into the radiator. He's like contemplating suicide. Kills himself in the end.
So that's what happens.
Yeah, because when he hugs the lady in the radiator,
That's supposed to symbolize...
yeah, he killed himself.
Okay.
Dead, and now he's meeting the lady in the radiator.
Alright. Wow, I thought Blue Velvet
But when
didn't make sense.
when she was dancing and those things were falling from the sky, do you know what I'm talking about? And
Yeah,
she stepped on them.
yeah.
He was jerking off to her.
Okay.
That's why his
That's
wife
what
left
the
him.
little box...
That's what his wife left him because he was constantly masturbating and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So did the baby have anything to do with... I mean...
The baby, I have no idea what the baby's supposed to represent.
No.
Maybe just the absurdity of things, or just the absurd in general. Because throughout, like, the movie, especially the very beginning of the movie, like, he has sex, and you can tell he has sex because that, like, spermatozoa just, like, shows up.
You ready? Movies that rhyme with Eraserhead. Judge Dredd. Playboy. Playmates in bed. Drop Dead. Fred. Father Ted. Bill and Ted.
Wait, I thought Father Ted was a British comedy show.
They made a movie. Oh, they did? Alright, movies that rhyme with Beverly Hills Cop. Bus Stop. Barbershop. Operation Dumbo Drop. Beverly Hills Cop.
Then David Lynch did Alien 3, and it was very, very forgettable.
I've never
Sure.
seen it. I've only watched his, like, artsy films, never his, like, huge budget things. Like, Eraserhead took him, like, a really long time to make. That was, like... Well, no. The reason it took him so long to make is because it was like his pet project when he was in film school. Like, and
What,
he never had enough
Eraserhead?
money to
So
finish it.
That movie took money to make?
Yeah,
didn't
it
even
took
use
money and a
color.
lot of time. Like, it was an extended amount of, like, more than, I think, like 10 plus years.
I could see it taking a lot of time.
Well, it was because he kept running out of money, and he was funding it himself because no one would fund it. Because he was still a film student.
They're probably sick of him saying saying, no, do the scene over again. No, this all needs to be done.
He
Probably
did some
made actors
good,
cry.
like his early movies are really, really good.
I
And
feel
then there's
like-
another movie I saw that
I feel like David Lynch is the kind of person you would be like, oh, I want to work with him. I want to be in one of his movies.
Yeah, and then
after
you
do.
you're just like, God
I
damn,
never
you-
want to work.
Yeah, I
with
never
him.
want to work with him again. I was reading something about him online, and he said he got a copy of some movie sent to him called The Man with Apple-Shaped Boxing Gloves. So I watched it, and like there's a woman who screams at hemoglobin in the movie, and then in the
What?
credits she's listed as woman screaming at hemoglobin. It was great. It was so good. It was like
They
10
just
minutes
say
long.
blood?
And just
Don't
ridiculous.
they have to pay for the letters?
I don't know. There was like a dog like walking for like 3 minutes in that movie. It was sweet though.
Did he do the Suicide of God?
No. Oh, are you talking? What was that movie?
No, it had one word for the name of the movie, but that's just the first scene.
Yeah, no,
It's
I have that
Suicide of
movie.
God.
He didn't do that. No, it's not. God kills himself in the beginning, but that's how the Earth comes to be.
And then
Because-
Mother Nature just
'cause
crawls out of his. Like,
No, Mother Nature's like sitting somewhere else, and
he's sitting in a rocking chair.
well, not the
and
whole time.
and
He's
Mother Nature
it's
crawls
really
out from behind.
it's a really, 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 really violent death, and I've watched the movie. I have it on my computer.
I couldn't really tell what was going on.
Well, yeah, that's because
I think I had a good idea.
each frame was
So-
like double exposed and like overexposed, and et cetera, and then like laid on top of each other. For like every second of film, I think it took an hour to make it look like that. Yeah, but no, like God kills himself with a razor blade, and like basically runs around this like house in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere killing himself, and then Mother Nature comes and jerks him off and impregnates herself
Herself
with his seed.
with his seed. What the hell is that movie called?
I
She just rubs it on her finger and then. Oh wow.
yeah, no,
Wow. And then
I have
and then
that.
From that point on, I didn't know what was going
I-
on. They
well,
were just dragging a dude.
it's
and then I turned it
it's
off.
the man in the movie is supposed to represent man.
The group of people.
No,
or
the one guy
person
is man,
who's twitching
like
out. and,
human
like,
beings, and
What are the people then?
they're just like torments in life, things that happen, drama, whatever, pain, etc. Sin, whatever you want to call it. It's something that's trying to gather and garner
That's when I
your
lost.
attention.
That's when I stopped making any sense in the movie.
That movie's so good though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have it if you want to watch it.
It's on Google Video, so.
Yeah, well, I downloaded it. I forget what it's called. Another movie you should watch is Antichrist.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Artsy films.
Oh, yeah.
They're artsy films, but they're really good.
Bibbidi bobbidi. We're up to 50 minutes.
Yeah, we got one more
Good.
thing.
Good.
Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock was confirmed
Warriors.
to no one's surprise
Come out to
for the
play.
PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii. It will focus on shredding rock. The
Good.
story mode will be narrated by Gene Simmons. The story goes, the Beast defeats the demigod of rock, who is entombed in stone without his guitar. The guitar is the source of his power. You gather legions of warriors to defeat the beast and get back the guitar and free the demigod of rock. The Wii version will include integration with the DS in something called Roadie mode that will let you set up custom playlists.
I like how that rolls off the tongue. Roadie mode. Roadie mode.
This is like the biggest joke of a story in video game history.
You're finally gonna be able to upload your own music onto
I
Guitar
have
Hero.
I have no idea, but you'll be able to make custom playlists out of the different songs on it.
Not as big of a video game joke in the video game industry as Election 1984 was. Anybody remember seeing
What
that?
happened in 19...
The nerd is
No, I mean, who was in that election?
it was Reagan versus some other guy. Who doesn't matter.
One.
Reagan.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And then he went and then he fired people, and it was kind of funny. Yeah, and they made a video game of it for the Intellivision, where you float around as an icon on the screen, and then it's You can't do that. What? I think Reagan was behind that. Because he's just so easy to make fun of.
First of all, Alex, that made no sense. Second of all, tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev.
Reagan smash. Reagan smash. Reagan sleepy. I wonder if he had anything to do with that.
Yeah, another Guitar Hero game. I know you're all shocked by that. Aren't you shocked by that?
Nope.
Didn't think so. But this,
That's about as shocking as a sailor with syphilis.
it looks like they're actually doing something different with the story this time. It's a joke of a story, but they're doing something different with it than
funny.
you're a band starting out trying to gain fame, and that's about it. And like Guitar Hero Metallica, you were like a band following in Metallica's wake and trying to get big. It's pretty lame. But I think this is a lot lamer than that. The demigod of rock,
And how
whose
did I end
power
up with the Anakin
all...
Skywalker Cup?
You chose it.
You chose it.
Oh my gosh, it did not choose me. The kid couldn't choose a brand of condom if his life depended on it. Anyway, moving right
Are
along.
you saying Anakin Skywalker was a load his mama should have swallowed?
Those are your words, not mine.
Yeah, this movie gonna suck. This game gonna suck. It'll probably be a good game and everybody will buy it. I won't because we've already had the same game
And
several
and
times,
people.
and it was perfected when they did Rock Band 2. So I mean, there's no point in making further games once you've done Rock Band 2.
Plus orange people?
Who the hell is Orange?
They're from the sun.
What?
Come on, have you ever seen Space Cases?
No. Should I have?
No. It's basically, I don't know. It was
Space
awesome.
Cases?
Remember
It
Space
sounds like-
Cases?
Was
Oh,
it a
Nickelodeon?
cereal?
No, Space Cases on Nickelodeon.
Oh, I was thinking of Alphabet's
What?
cereal. I don't know.
Hey Brian, there's a message in my alphabet soup. It says, ooh.
Peter, those are Cheerios.
Yeah, this...
We got another topic coming up? Or?
Nope, that's all the topics for this week.
You want to have a pillow fight or something? Take up the rest of the time?
No, that's if we had video, you
You
know.
want to play Donkey Keg?
We need a staircase.
But we could make one, with those chairs over there.
Yeah.
We got the micro keg.
Okay. Yeah. But we only have one.
Be kind of
It doesn't
easy.
really- yeah.
Be kind of easy to jump over.
We just gotta jump over it. I knew a kid who lost a tooth.
You know how long it would take to get that thing settled back down if we did, quote, donkey keg, end quote?
That
Oh, it'd
thing's
be
empty,
by
dude.
this point.
That thing's empty.
It's running out.
Spartan.
Hey, Dr. Drew, what do you think?
About what?
The new Guitar Hero game. Crappy story I just dictated.
Sounds better than the other shit that they used to do. But
I was
if it doesn't have Boston in it, I don't care.
more than a feeling. I was gonna say, what do you think we should do with the last 3 minutes of our show?
Touch butts.
We could
Yeah,
do
I'll sit out on that one. Thank you very much.
we could try something.
homophobic.
Homophobic.
I thought of something that isn't so homophobic and still fun to do with 4 dudes.
Little Big Planet?
No, actually, you say a word, and then Doctor
Begotten.
Begotten.
That's what you've been looking for all this time?
No, I've been trying to think about it.
It's one word. I knew it was one word that
I
was.
thought you were looking that up on your cell phone.
No, I was texting my girlfriend. But wait, yeah, that's right. I have a girlfriend.
Oh.
Well, then what the hell are you doing in our group? Get the fuck out. Have you ever seen The Blood of a Poet?
The what?
The Blood of a
movie?
Poet.
Is that a movie?
It was a movie before there were movies.
Eh?
Some guy made it where there's a mouth on his hand that talks to him. He's like a starving poet or a painter, and he's got to make money to make his rent, right? And he's just going crazy over this one piece of artwork, and he looks down and his hand starts talking to him and starts tormenting him through his room. I don't know. It was like there wasn't really. It's black and white. It's silent. There's it'll go black and tell you what was just said, and there's just music playing over it.
Are you sure it's really old, or is that?
It's really old, and it wasn't even. It's just a short film that was made like in the 20s.
Because I really like old films like that. They're pretty cool. But I would have to say that the what was that art movement? What was that art movement? Shit. The art movement in the 20s. That was like.
This
huge.
is D-Pad closing out for the week with your
God damn it.
411. See you later, guys.
Hold on, I can't remember. It was where like everything was like really, really, really exaggerated.
I don't know the.
Yeah.
Yes.
The data movement.
What's it called?
Yeah, the data movement. They made sweet films during it. Like everything's exaggerated. Like there was like a chair that had like 32 rungs in the back. Like just really exaggerated
Dr.
things.
Complex.
You know exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
read an article about it once.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. It was a German film, wasn't it? It was German or Russian. I can't remember.
Blood of a Poet?
No.
What, Dr. Complex?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just like a character that one of the artists made up. Might
No.
have
Hold on.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about now. I'm talking about something a little different. There was a movie about this like doctor that had this traveling show, and then like he came to town and people were bored, so they went, and it was really grotesque and weird. And cool.
Maybe that was Dr. Quampex. Dr. Quampex.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Letter off from Complex.
Dr. Wiley.
Yeah, and his mustache.
Yeah.
Viva la mustache.
Speaking of which,
Anyway,
I got burnable DVDs, so I'm gonna be making a DVD of that shit.
send some money to us if you want one.
Or don't. I'm not. Don't have many.
Boppity boopy.
Anyway, we gotta go. So this is Joystick signing off. Say goodbye, Game Face.
This is Game Off. Stay classy, San Francisco.
Hand it to your brother so he can say goodbye.
What chicka what? This is Ian Coon, and he's gonna get you in the butt.
That sounded so gay.
That sounded very Rob Wenricky.
I think it was Little B that said that originally.
Yeah, that was him.
He was Big Bob.
I was Big Bob. He was Little B.
Take all the fame. Alright. Well,
Fag.
we'll see you later, San Francisco. Have a good night, good fight, good keep it tight.
And my one big glass of beer lasted me the entire podcast. Not really. All right. Oh, I'm gonna hold this note until you press the stop button.
Stop.
I had to stop.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week, or they will. I will be in Texas, so see you later.